Welcome to the Two Ton Nerds. As always, my name is Max James.
And my name is Scott Cooper.
And in this episode, we actually have a very special guest. We are joined by Lance Noble.
Hello.
And today's topic of discussion is summer blockbusters. It's August, and so the summer blockbuster time is ending. So what was like your favorite summer blockbuster movie of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah, like the one that you remember going to the most, going through the summer.
Can we pick this year and then all time?
Yeah, let's go ahead. We can do that.
We'll start with all time and then we'll pick this year.
Okay.
Lance, you go first.
Who?
Well, shit. That's
Lance.
a tough one. Of all
Lance.
time, does it have to be within, like, my lifetime, or could it be a summer blockbuster?
It has
that
to be
came
in
out,
your
like,
lifetime because
in my lifetime, okay.
Yeah,
A personal experience.
What movie? What the experience of it? You know that smell of the sidewalk of the movie theater you haven't seen in a while. Opening the doors and smelling that $18 popcorn.
I was like, popcorn was really
Exactly.
expensive back
Yeah.
then.
Well, let's see. I saw the first Jurassic Park when I was like 4. And that came out. When did that come out?
I think it had to be a summer blockbuster if I'm not mistaken.
It was June 11th, 1993.
Yeah. So I was. Yeah.
That might be that might be up there. That might be, because that's like one of my first fucking memories. Is seeing that movie.
It was damn good, yeah.
Yeah, that might be one of the best of all time, in my opinion. I could probably think of something else, but that's probably what I'm going to go with. This year, definitely not Jurassic World. Topic of Jurassic Park. Probably Mad Max. I mean, I've already said it before. Mad Max Fury Road.
That was pretty good.
I haven't seen Terminator yet, so I don't really have an opinion there. I kind of watched some of the fight scenes on YouTube and kind of felt like I didn't really need to see the movie, but I still want to, though.
Yeah, I want to see it, but after hearing some people talk about it, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? We did need another Terminator movie.
We did or didn't?
Yeah. We didn't. Yeah. We did not.
Right. Gotcha. All right, Scott, your turn.
I've been thinking about it here for a minute here, and I gotta go with the movie I was most excited to see, and this is gonna shock a lot of people that I'm gonna say this, but at the time, you have to understand, I was only 6 or 7 when I saw this movie, so the excitement I felt when I saw the movie and watched the movie was astronomical. And it was just it was fantastic. I thought the script was, at the time, I didn't care because I didn't know what a script was.
It's Tank Girl, right?
It's what?
Tank Girl?
Yeah, exactly. No, it was a movie that was released on June 20th, 1997. And
Independence Day.
It's what?
Just keep going.
Independence Day. No, Independence Day was released in 1996, I think. It is Batman and Robin.
Oh.
and hear me out on this. So,
okay.
To this day, I will tell you that Batman and Robin is one of the worst Batman films. But, at the same time, like I said, that true excitement of a film that can only be enjoyed in theaters is that type of movie where it is big, it is bold, it is stupid, but it is fun. Because you gotta understand, that's also like the time, like when you're watching the animated series, so like Batman is really big at that time, and you're around that age, you're excited. You don't know what a bad movie is. You really don't at that point, and you're watching that movie. I remember watching that movie, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. He's telling, like, he just froze those guys and told them to chill. That is hilarious. Oh, that is just absolutely awesome. And Bane, he yells at things. He screams and yells. And then Poison Ivy, who's Uma Thurman, I was like, she's gross. Like, she's just nasty. Like, and to this day, I'm like, she's gross. It's Uma Thurman. She's just nasty. And then George Clooney as Batman. Like, the whole thing felt really good. So I will defend that to this day. That is probably my best summer blockbuster movie. That holds a special place in my heart. This year, I will go in contrast to what Lance said and say Jurassic World was my blockbuster of this year. And hear me out on this. I didn't see Mad Max yet. I wanted to see it. I didn't have a chance to see it. But with Jurassic World, I didn't overanalyze anything. I watched it for good movie fun, and it did what it had to do. For me, very simplistic. If you're going to analyze it for plot, you're not going to find much. But if you're going to analyze it for, here's a movie with Chris Pratt being, Chris Pratt. Here's some dinosaurs. Here's some genetically modified dinosaurs. And here's an awesome fight sequence at the end that just is over anticlimactic, and it's just absolutely dumb and stupid. But here you go, because it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked all the dinosaur stuff.
Yeah.
But
human
anytime
stuff
there
is
weren't
stupid.
dinosaurs, I just
Yeah.
Especially the kids. Didn't give a shit about those kids.
But in Jurassic or Jurassic Park, you never fucking care about the kids. You hate the kids. In the first one, they are the worst part of it. I
didn't hate them all the time though.
In the first one?
The first one. Yeah, I didn't hate them all the time. I mean, there's times I hated Lex. They always redeem themselves though. Because like Lex is she's like a stupid girl. She shined the fucking flashlight around, gets the T-Rex's attention, almost gets him killed. And then later on, like, raptors are trying to break into that room. Tim's not doing shit. But Lex is there hacking into some complicated computer system and turning the park back on. So she kind of redeems herself. But, I mean, yeah, but then there's Tim who knows about dinosaurs, but in this moment he's not doing shit. He's kind of like, I don't know, twiddling his thumbs and being like, oh no.
Yelling in her ear,
Yeah. Come on, Lex, come on.
In the book, though, isn't the boy supposed to be the hacker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the older one, and Lex is like younger. She's like a little girl.
Yeah, so I know they flipped those roles around. I
flipped a lot of stuff from the book.
Yeah, any of those? Yeah, because wasn't Professor Hammond more like the villain?
Yep.
Yes, he was like a greedy. Yeah, he's a greedy businessman, reckless. Creates a reckless business that clones dinosaurs. So yeah,
and he ends up dying in it too. Spoiler.
Yeah, Lance. Let me ask you this though. In comparison to the Jurassic movies, where would you rank Jurassic World?
Ooh, that is a good question.
You know what? I would put it at number 3 because I fucking hate Jurassic Park 3. So I would put it. Jurassic Park, Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Jurassic World. I think that'd probably be my ranking.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I would say Grindhouse because it was because I like the double feature aspect, and it was Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, who I'm super big fans of. So, and that was mine, and all time that was the all time, and then. Here recent was Mad Max, just because it seemed like a pure action movie. You know what I mean? It just it just felt different than the other ones. So those are mine.
Max, you cheated.
Why?
Grindhouse.
Well,
came out April 6th.
Hey,
2000s.
That's kind of suggestive.
I know what you mean, though. I mean, the idea of summer blockbusters is technically, I mean, look, we've got what we got next year. March is pretty much now going to be the start of summer blockbuster films with Batman versus Superman. Odd timing to release that type of movie, but yeah, it's kind of the precedent now. It's like, hey, how soon can we begin summer, and how late can we end it? So
yeah.
Well, back to the Jurassic Park thing. I think the worst part of Jurassic Park is the beginning.
Jurassic Park or Jurassic World?
Jurassic Park is when they're loading the raptor into the thing.
Yeah, shoot her.
Yeah, it's like if you take out that part, and it has no significance to the rest of the movie. It's just like if you just edit it. Go ahead.
That's the reason that the death of that worker is the reason why Lawyer Gennaro
is
checking out the park. So it's kind of I don't know. It kind of reinforces the point that you can't control this shit. Like, stuff's gonna go wrong. People are gonna die.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, but I mean, yeah, I kind of see what you mean too.
I could tell you the worst scene in Jurassic World.
What?
There's about 5 of them. That's the one that really stands out in my mind. So here you have a $1 billion owner who decides that he is going to learn how to fly in a helicopter, and you know that he's gonna die eventually because he just seems like the type. But the way that he dies was so anticlimactic that it was just absolutely awful. Like, here you have, like, I'm gonna go. You have one person that can fly. Oh, shit. Really? You're gonna do that?
And the trailers kind of gave it away, actually.
They kind of do, yeah. They're like, really? Like, come on, dude. Like, don't. We know what's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna tell me that whole entire area, the only person that can fly this is the half-drunk billionaire. Like,
what happened to the pilot who's thrown up in the bushes?
He probably got eaten.
I can't remember, or did they I can't remember. Did they say like he ran off or whatever? I don't know.
They didn't say anything about him. They left that as a loose end. So here in Jurassic Universe, you're going to see the pilot who was barfing. It's going to be a reoccurring thing in the new trilogy they're doing. He's like, I could have been there to help him, but I chose to throw up instead. So, you know, I just that part was just so stupid to me. Just that whole sequence of scenes. Because it jumps right there, loading him into the thing. And I was like, you really think that's going to work? Like, that thing will eat you inside that thing. Which, this scene is connected to another stupid scene in Jurassic World.
Okay.
Where, so we see that what this Indominus Rex can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it can't eat a fucking glass ball.
It tried, but
yeah,
he tried.
Sneak away.
And I know that is supposed to be like, you know, paying homage to, you know, the whole T-Rex scene from Jurassic Park and everything like that. But I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
So okay, let me take a guess at the next one. Are you going to point out the Jeep problem?
Oh my God, don't even like here. Like, some people have tried to explain it to me, like, oh, well, technically, you know, the Jeep is running off this, and I'm like, technically, all that shit should be broken, and none of it should be in use.
Pretty much.
It's like here you have 2 kids, none of which have shown any intellectual smarts whatsoever. You have a kid who's upset about his parents splitting up, and then you have a kid who's, like, oogling at girls and upset at his little brother because he has to go on the strip with him. So, no indication do you say, oh, hey, you guys must have degrees in... you know, fucking engineering or something,
and they,
you know, to be able to pull this off.
Then they justify it by saying, like, hey, do you remember that one summer we fixed up our grandpa's car or whatever? And
yeah,
I'm 24 years old. I had a hard enough time today fixing a goddamn tire, and I pay attention to things. Okay,
then a 20-year-old plus car Jeep.
Yeah. So here we have a Jeep that has not been running for over 20 years, obviously, because they wanted to show you the decay of everything. And then,
rotting in a jungle.
Yeah. And then they tell you, oh, hey, yeah, the battery and everything, it still works.
No, they took the battery from that little one Jeep that crashed. That one dude who got supposedly eaten.
Oh, you see, that shows how much I pay attention.
But I was more wondering where they got the fuel from, or how they got the fuel out, or whatever.
You know, I don't. Do those things run on fuel, or were they battery operated?
I'm pretty sure they're gas.
The Jeep was fuel, yeah.
Was it full? Was it fuel?
I'm sure it was on that place.
Yeah, I don't remember. And
can't be having a battery die down in the middle of a herd.
Have you ever tried to start a car that's been sitting for 20 years, even with a new battery in it?
No.
Like, are you really gonna make me believe that battery is gonna turn over that alternator? What's in there? Are you really sure about that?
Okay, so
Are you sure there isn't something growing inside there?
That's 3. What's the 4th one?
You remember so it's not so much as a scene, but more of a focal point. So the nanny who's watching the kids.
Okay.
Her death scene was so overdrawn. Like, those things seemed to like carry her for like a good 2 minutes, in my opinion. And then they finally dropped her into the thing, which I understand the importance of that scene. It's like, hey, remember this big ass fucking dinosaur that's in the lake or in the ocean? This is going to come into play later, and you guys are going to forget about it, but we're going to remind you, but you're still going to forget about it, or at least we hope you forget about it. But yeah, that scene was just incredibly dumb. I just felt like it was overdrawn, and it just the way they paid attention to her, like she was going to have like a bigger role than she did, but she just got eaten.
And number 5, you said you had 5 problems saying.
Ah, yes. Number 5 is how fast can you run in heels?
They actually had an article about that. Did you read that?
I didn't read the article.
Well,
is it heel still, or like, because at first I thought maybe she had like broke off her heels or got into flats or something like that. But no, it was actually heels, and I'm just like, okay, how fast can you run in heels? Because you have behind you, mind you, the T-Rex may not be the fastest dinosaur ever. From what we've gathered of information, he moves pretty damn quick when he's hungry. And judging from the fact that no one had fed him that day, he's probably really hungry.
Honestly, I kind of forgot she was wearing heels. I really did.
Yeah. Now that you think about it, though, you're like, I don't. I can't do it. Because she doesn't seem the type, first off, her character, doesn't seem the type to go running in heels every day. I know she wears them, but that doesn't mean she runs in them. Maybe she does like a quick scamper when she's late, but she's not doing full-fledged, triathlons and those damn things. So, the ability to stay upright, perfect. Like, am I saying would I have been happy when she's running and she trips and falls in the heels, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, Chris Pratt, you're right. Oh, my God. And she takes one of the heels and stabs it in T-Rex's eyes, and then scurries away. Would I have been happy with that? I probably would have been. Because there you have there you have the movie addressing one of the issues right there. And then they're just like, oh, we mentioned it, but we didn't do anything about it.
Okay, let's see. What other summer blockbuster movies out there? What about Age of Ultron? I know you hadn't seen it, right, Scott?
No, I haven't. Did
you see it, Lance?
It to me.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Any thoughts or anything on it? Or, I mean, like...
after I saw Mad Max, I completely forgot about that movie, so...
yeah.
I remember liking it. I thought it was... I can't really remember a whole lot from it, actually, but I remember liking it. So, I liked Hawkeye in this one. I liked how he had a pretty... I don't know if a significant role, but I guess you learn about him more because you kind of see his family and everything. I thought that was cool.
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of the things I liked about it.
Okay, let's see what else is it. Let's see.
There's Ant-Man, technically.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything since Jurassic World.
I haven't been wanting to go see anything.
Yeah. I mean, like, about San Andreas with The Rock, or
I want to see it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm content with watching that on DVD. Because it's one of those disaster movies, and disaster movies are, 2006.
Actually, 2012. I think that's when that 2012 movie came out, right?
I think my disaster movies. Like, what would your favorite disaster movie be?
Mine?
Yeah, you.
Ooh, I don't know. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and it can't be a monster. For both of you.
Like it has to be like natural disaster, like that.
Yeah, you can't involve aliens or Godzilla.
Okay, well, let's see.
Even though technically, Godzilla is a disaster movie only because he's in the damn thing for 12 minutes.
All right, fine. I got one.
Yeah.
It's Dawn of the Dead.
Okay. Yeah, it's technically a disaster. That's a good point.
But I don't know. That kind of.
I'm just being sarcastic.
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm asking you for a, like a Roland Emmerich flick.
That's it. That's just it. I really don't have one.
Are they all bad for you? Or?
No, it's just those aren't the type of movies that I kind of gravitate toward. You know what I mean?
I think Titanic's good.
It's a disaster. Yeah. There's some sci-fi elements in there. Kate Hudson's boobs for one.
Kate Winslet's boobs.
Oh, right. Winslet. Yeah. That's right. Kate Hudson's boobs you can't see either.
I'd probably have to agree, Lance. Titanic. Yeah, that's probably about as good as a disaster movie can get. I mean, based on an actual event or whatever.
Oh, have you seen what is it? Fuck. Is it like Deep Impact or something? It's like the other
Morgan Freeman.
Like
the
other Armageddon movie.
Yeah, like the twin movie phenomenon. There's Armageddon and then there's Deep Impact. I guess Deep Impact was the more like scientifically accurate one, and Armageddon was just more Hollywood, Michael Bay shit. Yeah. Bruce Willis saving the world.
It's been a while since I've seen that one. Yeah, that one has Elijah Wood in it, so
still pretty good.
I mean, tell me you prefer Morgan Freeman over Steven Tyler belting out "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing" with Ben Affleck.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Or Bruce Willis just staring at you. Like, you ever notice, like, when someone's getting ready to die or sacrifice an explosion, they do that where they're looking to the side and they just look at you directly? Like, in everything, that's always there. Like, I'm just thinking about this. Bruce Willis looks over there, looks at you, powers up, blows up on the planet Frieza, or on the planet Namek during his battle with Frieza. There's something similar to that. Godzilla, when he blows up in Godzilla vs. Destroyer, he looks at the Destroyer or the remnants of him, and then he looks at you, and then he blows up. So I'm just saying, like, there's this like symbology.
Symbolism.
What
about Twister?
That's my favorite disaster movie. Damn it! There's nothing better.
I've seen that in theaters too. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Nothing is better than having a gigantic cyclone of wind involving with a romantic love story.
But I did like the scene at the movie theater, the drive-in theater. I thought that was actually pretty.
Yeah, actually, the scene in the drive-in theater was fantastic because it looked ominous. It looked awesome
with The Shining playing on in the background.
I love the little touches that movie made. I can't say I like the ending only because if you're into the scientific thing,
the whole J.C. Penney's belt.
The whole belt with the pipes that are in ground. Sorry, but that was PVC piping, right?
I think it's pretty. I don't know. I mean, I think the belt would give out before the pipes would.
Do you want to test it?
No, I have better things to do.
Here you have this gigantic, and from what they're trying to advertise it as is the F4, F5, right? Like
the last one,
tornadoes. Yeah, so it's an F5. So it's the Brock Lesnar of tornadoes, and we have this super massive thing, and Bill Paxton looks at Helen Hunt, and in key disaster movie frame, they're about to blow up, so he looks off camera and he looks at you, and then he ties her belt around a pole, and says, "Hang on," and there they are in the middle of it, and they're just talking. Like, they didn't even look scared. They're like, "Oh, it's beautiful." Inside of it, it's like, you guys are the first people to be documented on the inside of a tornado, and the only thing that you can say is it looks beautiful. And it's just like, wow. And then, my favorite part of the movie is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Such a roadie. Such a classic roadie.
Playing Van Halen down the road in the middle of the rain. And
wasn't Carrie Yules in that movie?
Yeah, he plays
he was the other guy.
The rivals.
Yeah. The rival weather team.
There's so many good actors, or at least relatively okay actors in that movie. let's put this gigantic container of sensors inside of a tornado and see. Like, the people on the Weather Channel are like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh my god, there's going to be so many people out there trying to put shit in tornadoes now. Oh my god. That's so many tornado-related causes, and it's this movie's fault. Like, could you not have consulted us before you released this shit? Like, oh my gosh. Well, that's why we called it Twister. It's not a tornado, it's different. And Dorothy looked like Little Debbie. The picture. It's Little Debbie.
Yeah.
It was Little Debbie. I want some Little Debbies in me. That's what the Twister said, so we put it in there. Oh, God. Overall, though, that's my favorite disaster movie. I was going to say before you said that, because I forgot about that movie, The Day After Tomorrow, and I know a lot of people hate that movie because of Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal.
My only problem I had with that movie is how fake the wolves looked.
Yeah.
That's really my biggest complaint about that movie.
I don't think I ever watched the whole thing.
That was really I forgot.
Slow build up.
I forgot Sharknado trilogy. That's my favorite.
There you go. That's actually that's a natural occurrence.
It's two natural things. Sharks are natural, and tornadoes are.
Yeah. Sharky King.
I've never watched it. I've never watched any of them.
I got the first one on DVD, and I've not even opened it.
Oh my god, I liked them. I thought they were funny.
Both of them are on Netflix, or the first two are on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
I think I need to watch them. I think I need to, at least experience it. See what it's all about.
Okay, I won't spoil anything, but it just gets ridiculous. I mean, it starts out.
I would think
it starts out like, okay, there's just sharks in a tornado hurricane, basically, and that's really about it. And then the second one, they up the factor by 2, and then they just put it in a bigger city. And then
Which city is in?
The first one is Los Angeles, I think. And then the second Sharknado 2 is New York. And then Sharknado 3 is Washington, D.C. / Orlando.
How is Sharknado 2 in New York? Like, how is that even possible?
That's the whole point.
It's like...
It's a nor'easter,
No, I'm not buying it. But then again, it's just, hey, whatever. Like, can you imagine being on in that film? Isn't it Asylum that makes that shit?
Yes, it's Asylum.
Yeah. Can you imagine being on that board team and the head director and going, hey, so Johnny the other day hit me up with a really good idea. At least I think it is. I'm going to run this by you guys. Sharks, tornadoes. What do you think? What do you mean, what do I think?
$1 million idea.
What do you think? Like, sharks and tornadoes. Is it sharks then tornadoes? No, it's sharks and tornadoes.
All right.
Like sharks and tornadoes at the same time?
But the thing is, I will tell you that the ending to Sharknado 3 will kind of make you mad because they did it just for publicity reasons. That's all they did. That's
Did they eat Obama?
No, it's just you'll understand when you see it, but it's one of those like endings where it's so ambiguous. It's like what come on, really? And then you have to
compare it to another ending of a show to me.
It's like forcing you to watch the next one. That's basically what it's doing.
So it's any movie these days.
Yeah. So okay, let's see what next topic. Is there any movies that you think is overrated?
Oh shit.
I
mean, it could be any genre. It could be anything.
Batman and Robin.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
I figured you'd say Joe Dirt or something too. Since we.
No, it's not overrated. Like, majority of people understand that movie is a flaming pile of dog crap. It really is. Like, no, I'm not even gonna get into it again. Oh.
Well, we meant to add that to the last podcast, but we
But did I say anything about it? So here's Joe Dirt 2.
Oh wait, I saw that. Yeah, I watched that.
Terrible. Oh my.
Yeah, it's pretty much how you expect.
No, the first Joe Dirt. Did you like it, Lance?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it, Max?
I love the first.
Yeah, I like the first Joe Dirt. I thought.
What was the thing about the first Joe Dirt that really made you guys like it?
It was just a good. It was just storytelling. You know what I mean? Just him sitting in a radio booth, kind of retelling his life, and then it just kind of just the lightheartedness of it.
It has a little work to it.
It's a good underdog story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get this thing called Joe Dirt 2, which I stopped watching it a quarter of the way through. I couldn't even finish it. And I don't do that with movies. If I take the time to sit down and watch a movie, I'm going to watch it all the way through.
Okay, let me rephrase my question then. Has there, you already know your answer, has there ever been a movie where you just stopped watching it because it was just so bad?
Yeah, Lance answered that earlier with Day After Tomorrow.
Well, that's one of them. That's the example. I'm trying to think of another, but I can't right now.
Oh, let me rant about Joe Dirt 2 then.
Okay, go right ahead.
So there's a scene in there where Joe is sitting there, and he is surrounded by a bunch of construction workers. Now, I'm sure you guys remember the scene from Joe Dirt 1 where he's surrounded by him, and the guy pisses on the thing, and, lights stuff on fire. Like, that was a good scene. I like that whole thing, somebody got their comeuppance and everything like that, so, and whatnot. But this scene, Joe is sitting there, and there are like 12 guys, and they start picking on Joe Dirt, and they just fart. They start farting, and then they just go fart in his face, and it's like, it was the first time in a long time I was like, you know what, fart jokes aren't that funny sometimes. And the way they're presented, like this one was just presented terribly. And so you have this moderately attractive woman come up to him.
So it's no Blazing Saddles scene. So
no, not even close. Shouldn't even, not even the same sentence. In with the period after Joe Dirt, begin a new sentence with Blazing Saddles, and then we'll talk. But like I said, you have this supposedly attractive female come up to me, and she just lets out a huge fart, and it's just like, this is supposed to be funny, and yet I'm like, it's not. Like, at no point did I wasn't even finding it funny. I felt sorry for the guy. Like, I don't know if that's what you was supposed to be done. Like, it made me feel sorry for him, but how I think it was trying to get after was it was trying to make you laugh. I mean, even the scene with the kids being born,
that was pretty bad.
Terrible dialogue,
a shitty joke that dragged on for too long.
Yes, exactly. It was just awful, and that's what Joe Dirt 2 is. It's a shitty joke that just drags on for too long, just like you said. It really
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Yes, very good job with that. It's
that kind of makes me want to watch it just to see. You know what I mean? It just piqued my curiosity.
No, don't do it, because here's the thing: you're suggesting we should watch the Sharknado trilogy. Those are bad movies. That know they're bad
on purpose.
On purpose. Joe Dirt 2 is a movie that was supposed to be, for me at least, if it was half as good as the first one, it would have been watchable.
Gotcha.
But I watched the whole thing, and I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, it's pretty much what I expected. The thing is, I wanted it to be, I don't know. There was part of me that still clinged on to a hope that it was going to be okay. And you know what? There were a few diamonds in the rough for me. There were a few scenes that I kind of like. It's like, hey, you know what? That'd been cool if that was in the first movie, that kind of thing. But I mean, overall, yeah. I mean, it didn't get released on. It didn't premiere on Netflix. It didn't premiere on Hulu. It premiered on fucking Crackle. I mean, that alone. I mean, nothing against Crackle. I like Crackle, but still, that's kind of like...
Crackle's the home to a majority of Godzilla movies.
yeah, exactly.
So, did you watch the...
they're a lot on Netflix, though. They're the ones I like are on Netflix, so...
Yeah. Did you watch the, what's it called, the Dead Rising Watchtower, whatever it was called?
Oh, on Crackle?
Yeah, that's what...
I saw the picture, and I was like, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. I don't need this in my life.
What's Rob Riggle playing? What, Frank West? Not Frank West. What's his name?
I think it is Frank West.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. I always, for some reason, I keep saying, I keep wanting to say Herbert West, but I know that's from Reanimator. It's like,
Yeah.
That's why I always question myself when I say it. Like, is it Frank West? But okay, Scott.
Excuse me. I burped.
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
I'm very disappointed in a certain game coming out.
Well, so before we talk about this,
Okay.
Lance.
Okay.
Lance and Max. Biggest disappointment in a video game.
Ooh. Well, these past few years, I can probably make a pretty big list.
Well, which one were you looking like? You're looking forward to this one, and then all of a sudden, you start playing it, and you hate life.
That's a pretty big. Yeah. Just downright hate life.
Yeah, well, that's why it's there has to be one.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I don't really feel this way now, but when I first got Diablo 3, I got Diablo 3 on launch, which is funny, by the way, because I went to GameStop, went to like every GameStop around, went to Walmart, went to like, 7 different places. Then I go to Kmart, and there's like fucking 50 of them and stuff. I was like, all right, thank you, Kmart.
Now, is this on PC?
Yep.
Okay.
I had a hard copy. And anyway, at first I liked it, played the shit out of the game for like, a couple months. Then I kind of just realized, I don't know, that this is a chore, and I don't know. I just got completely burned out on it. And I started noticing a lot of things about the game I really did not like. I already hated the plot to begin with, and just the auction house thing just completely ruined the game for me. They took all that away though. It's fixed. I don't play it anymore, but it's a decent game now. But I don't know. In recent memory, that's one of the games I was most disappointed about. Because if you think about it, we waited like fucking 8 years for that game to come out.
Did you have troubles with Grand Theft Auto?
Oh yeah. I bought the fifth one. I bought the PC version for the fifth one, and it won't run on my computer. I put a support ticket in Rockstar. Apparently, there's some like corrupted system files in Windows or something, and it won't run because of that. But why is it that like 90% of all my other games can run? Like, Battlefield 4 came around in the same, within the same time period, and that runs fine. And I don't know, like my specs, my computer should be able to run the game, but it didn't run at all. And I don't know, got a refund for it, so I don't give a fuck anymore. And I have the PS3 version.
Gotcha. Okay, well, the reason why we kind of bring this up is that, have you ever played any of the Lego games?
I
Lego.
Played the Star Wars ones. Yeah, I think I played a little bit one of the Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and Star Wars, and that's like pretty much it. I played like the old Lego games, like fucking Legoland, but I don't know if that counts.
We're kind of just.
That was a good game though.
We were talking about we're more leaning towards like the Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Okay, so did you have fun playing those games? I mean, like they were pretty much just like set games. No, you didn't have to buy anything extra. So there's this new game coming out for the Lego. It's called Lego Dimensions. And are you aware of what the Skylanders and stuff like that do?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Lego Dimension things is doing. That you have to buy all these character levels separate. Yeah, it's like you got like the first starter kit is like what, $100? Yeah, it's like, oh my.
Okay, hang on. Let me paint this picture for you.
Okay? I'll let you go.
1 year ago, I was shown a trailer for a video game. I was shown on that screen that I would be able to play as Batman. I would be able to play as Gandalf. I would be able to play as Harry Potter. And I would be able to play as, Doctor Who.
That's what sold me on it.
One of the many doctors.
No, you can play all 12 doctors.
Yeah, you can play all 12 doctors. So they show you this, and they're like, "This is Lego Dimensions. This is coming out. This is going to be all your favorite franchises in one." And you're like, "Oh my god! Like, this is awesome!" Like, I love Lego Batman 3. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I like Lego Batman 2.
And the thought of me playing Lego Batman with Gandalf in a Batmobile is just something I never thought of. Because I love mashups. So when I see this mashup being presented, I'm just absolutely just like, it's awesome. And there's several people who are in that same group with me. And then it gets announced that, oh, hey, that game that you're really looking forward to. So here's this little disc, it's this little pod thing, and you put your little Lego character on it. And that makes that character appear in the game. And then you have to buy the levels. Some come with the character, some don't. So not only do you have to pay $100 for your starter kit, but in order to enjoy everything the game has to offer so far right now,
it's like additional $30.
$500 to play everything that the game has to offer right now.
Yeah, because like each pack is like additional $30. That's like comes with a
character.
That doesn't sound worth it to me.
And it's not. But the thing is, the premise of it, the build was so good, and then they pooped on it. And they pooped hard on it.
I mean, yeah, it looks fantastic.
Little kids are gonna want it.
And it's true, and I understand why they're doing it. But it's like, why can't you make the game itself? Like, okay, like what Nintendo does. Nintendo releases the game, and they release a character that you can add on to it and upgrade that character, make him stronger in your world. Why can't you do something like that? Instead, now you gotta be like, okay, in order to play as this guy, you're gonna have to go out and find him. And of course, there's some people that are just you're not gonna be able to find because they're so rare. Because you got people like me that pick them up at Best Buy at a discount. Sell them online.
Oh, God.
Because he's a dickhead. I'm looking at you, Meta Knight. But,
Who?
Meta Knight, the amiibo Meta Knight. He was a Best Buy exclusive, and he came out, and as long as you don't use your discount on it, you can resell it for whatever.
Oh.
And I didn't do my discount, and I resold that guy, and he went for a lot of money.
Huh.
Not like a lot of money, but he went for a decent amount. I quadrupled what I paid for him, so
Gotcha.
That's always a good thing. But yeah, Lego Dimensions is just. But Max, other than that though, what is your biggest disappointment in a video game?
Ooh, that's I'm more into I'm more into movies. So if it's going to take a game, I don't play games all that often, but I'm trying to think. My biggest disappointment in a video game.
Made you lean back for this one, didn't I?
Yeah, I would have to say, what's it called? WWE 2K15.
Okay.
It really was, because I am an avid wrestling fan, as you may know. And so I've bought in every single wrestling game, or at least played a good portion of it all. Like from SmackDown 1 on the PS1 to WWE 2K15 on the PS4. And so when it came out on the PS4 and on the PS3, there was two different versions basically. Like some modes were left off on the PS3 version and put on the PS4 version or something like that. And then in the last two video games, you got like 18,000 version copies of of John Cena and his various outfits, his collared T-shirts, and then
the Fruity Pebbles, man.
You know, the bowl of Fruity Pebbles, and it was just not what like the previous games was, because there was so much you could do within the previous wrestling games, and then this one was just so bare bones. And it's like, okay. I mean, there's still plenty to do. It's just not as what the other previous games had. That was probably my biggest disappointment. Even though I still play it to this day. It's just like I just don't get that same excitement if out of this one, out of the previous installments.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on that. It looked like it looked like a bare bones experience.
It was
compared to some other things.
It was, because it's like they don't even have handicap matches or anything like that on there, and like the previous game, you could basically set every single match to be elimination style match, and that's what I like. And this one, it's either 3-on-3, 6 handicap, whatever you want to call it, tag team, and it can only be elimination style or regular. And so it's like, and even I just wish it was like more customizable. And even the Creator Wrestler was kind of dumbed down, and I enjoyed all the DLC for it. It was just bare bones.
I like how you invent words.
What?
As you go along. Customizable.
It was. So I was like,
Customizable.
Okay. Well, you know what I meant. Customizable.
Yeah.
I can't even speak right now. Okay.
Run it through grammar check before I submit to Scott. I got a dick.
Your turn.
I'm gonna go with one. It's on the top of my head only because I was looking for this game for a really long time. And I was a huge fan of it. I played it when I was little. And I played it when, like in 2000, like probably from 97 to 2004, I played some edition of the game.
Final Fantasy.
No. And
Devil May Cry?
Hang on. And it was really good. It was really, just enchanting in the world that it was.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Renditions of it. And then we were told, hey, this game, which has been in development for about 15 years, pretty much.
Duke Nukem.
It's finally coming out, and it's going to be awesome. And yes, it was Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, that was definitely a disappointment.
Here's why it was a disappointment for me. Because I was more excited that it was coming out, but it was who was bringing it out. It's what really made me excited, and that was Gearbox. And Gearbox had done Borderlands, and Borderlands draws huge inspiration from Duke Nukem humor.
Yep.
So when I read that Gearbox was releasing it, I was just like, oh my god, this is the perfect team to do it as we stand right now. And it came out, and it was just wow. I did not know you could create a first-person shooter that's unexciting.
I never got to play it.
And just completely devoid of any soul whatsoever.
It just lost its charm.
I played that. I played it like after I knew it was really bad. I mean, I bought it on sale on Steam, so I was like, you know what? It's cheap. I kind of want to try it out. Why not? I'll play it. And yeah, never finished it.
It was as bad as they said it was.
I don't know. It was just the controls were kind of fucked up. It was really annoying.
Controls were clunky. It played like it was a game from 1996.
It could have been. It could have been a good game.
It could have been great. It could have been great. I mean, that was the sad part is if you fix the control scheme.
Yeah, you know one thing I did like about it though. It's kind of a little thing. I liked how you can interact with pretty much everything, just like Duke Nukem 3D.
Well, that was
wash your hands and throw shit, and I like the interactive environments. So
but it's elements like that make you go, damn, this could have been just something that was so great. Could have been something that was so good, and then it's like what Warner Brothers and the Lego people did. They just shit on it. They pooped on it.
So let's go on the opposite end of that spectrum. What was the game that surprised you on how good it was? Scott, we'll go with you first.
No, come back to me.
Fine, I'll go.
Shit.
I don't know.
I'll go because I got one. Shadow of Mordor. Have you played that yet?
Nope. I've heard some interesting things about it though.
It was really fun. I mean, I bought it like used, so like that's why I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a good shot. And I was watching some reviews on it and stuff like that. And then when I actually started kind of playing around with it, and it's one of those games where you really notice when you start to level up. That's what I liked about it. It's like I did a really stupid thing when I first played it. It's like you have these little areas, these little I can't remember what they're called, but they're little territories basically of just nothing but strongholds. That's what they're called, the orc strongholds. So it's just like a little orc town basically. So I was like super not even barely anything, and I just went charged right in and just got destroyed right off the bat, just because I'm like, I can do this. I can. It's just like Batman. That's how people described it, because of the way you can jump over, and how that gameplay is. You can jump over, attack, and jump over the next one, attack, and then it lasted for a good while. Then I finally started. The number game kind of started to catch up with me. So.
I heard the new Mad Max is supposed to be kind of like that.
Yeah, I saw some of the gameplay stuff. That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'll probably wait for a review or two for that one.
Yeah, I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5 comes out the same day, so...
Oh, yeah. Man, a couple...
It's probably going to have to...
It's going to wait.
Wait a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to wait.
It's going to wait a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the shelf, wrapped up.
As like many of your games still are, Scott.
Actually, mine are all unwrapped. I've played all of mine now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, woo-hoo.
So yeah, but Lance, what is your biggest surprise for a game that you didn't think was gonna be good, but you actually ended up liking it?
Well, let's see. It's not really something. I mean, I thought it was going to be. I knew it was going to be good, but because I've already heard about it, but it ended up being a lot better than I expected, which was Alien Isolation.
Oh,
the most recent game.
Yeah.
Within that I played in the past year.
Not Colonial Marines.
Oh yeah, that's funny because I played Colonial Marines after I played Alien Isolation, and in comparison, Aliens Colonial Marines is such a pile of shit. It is fucking. You know what? It's kind of like another Duke Nukem thing.
They hyped the shit out of that.
Yeah, and it's another thing that was in development for a long time. And there are parts of the game that aren't bad, except right off the bat, the first alien I saw was all glitched out. And it was just like sitting there in like a fetal position.
No.
I was like, what the fuck is it doing? Is it dead? Is it alive? And I walk up to it and it moves. I'm like, oh shit. And I shoot it. And like stuff like that happens all the time. Like the enemy AI is so stupid. And then the game just turns into like another, shitty Call of Duty first person shooter. Because you fight like Weyland-Yutani PMCs, like mercenaries and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, am I playing Aliens or
Call of Duty in space?
Call of Duty in space. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is this? I mean, it does it to you like in the second level. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is an Aliens game. God damn it. No, to be fair, in Aliens Isolation, you do have to like fight people too, but it's kind of like it's totally different dynamic. But anyway, like I don't know if you played Alien Isolation. That's a fine example of taking a movie franchise, turning it into a game, and not fucking it up.
From the gameplay footage.
It's fucking like they did an amazing job with it. It is like probably one of the best Alien games ever made.
Yeah, from the gameplay footage, it kind of looks like on par with the movies. It just kind of feels like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just
all the technology is like it's great. It's all the technology, all like the computers and stuff in the game are all like 1970s sci-fi technology.
Oh.
It's hilarious. It's like it's all retro technology.
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
And correct me if I'm
so
wrong on this, but doesn't the Alien actually have like a free thinking like software built into him? Like he kind of gets like on certain patterns, like he starts like noticing what you're doing or things like that. Like he kind of learns tendencies.
Yeah, it's kind of that's one thing that kind of got annoying. Is like I felt like the alien was like constantly on my ass when there's survivors they can go kill. It's like, why the fuck are you stalking me? Like, get out of my space. Like, go bother them. And you can actually use like noise maker thingies and like, let's see, like there's a group of like looters because there's like humans. Like it's Sentinel space station that's completely fucked up now. So there's like people with like guns and looting and like kind of like raider type people, and you can use the alien to kill them. Like you can throw like a noisemaker at the bad guys, and the alien will go and attack them.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and it's more of a stealthy game. It's like it's terrifying. Like it is really really scary, and it's not just the alien you have to worry about. Which, by the way, you can't kill the alien. Which you probably heard about that. If you get the incinerator, the flamethrower later on, you can scare it away. That's pretty much it.
Oh.
You just pretty much have to hide from it the whole time.
So I like that aspect.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty terrifying game.
It sounds like it's tense.
Yes,
like,
it is. It's a very stressful game.
Maybe like the tense I'm talking about is like remember Metroid Fusion, Lance?
I never played it. That's the Game Boy Advance one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never.
Oh man, and that one I had a very tense feeling too because you had this overpowered enemy who would walk into the room, and you would have to like use your bombs or something like quick to go under him, and if he found you, you're fucked. And they're just like, oh damn it, you know, just that like that feeling, like it's just that like eerie feeling, like there's not a lot of games that do that. I mean, Resident Evil to me has never done that with like even with Nemesis. Like the potential was there, but it never.
You can actually kill the Nemesis though. Like you can knock him out or something. He'll appear later in the game. But you actually like take care of him. Yeah. Like with the alien, once the alien sees you, there's nothing you can do. You're dead.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's just.
There's also synthetics like androids, and they're pretty scary too because they look like mannequins with like red eyes, and they just walk towards you. They don't run at you. They just walk towards you, and they grab you and try to strangle you and shit. And they're really hard to kill. So yeah, you have to deal with those guys too.
That seems like a fun game to play at night as well. You know, just like
it's pretty scary. Great game though, great story. He plays Amanda Ripley, Ellen Ripley's daughter, and it's cool because like she's an actual character in the universe, and it feels like this is something that could have happened between the first and second movies, which is really cool. And you hear a recording of Ellen Ripley. It's like from the first movie, and it's actually Sigourney Weaver.
That's pretty cool.
In a role, so yeah, it's definitely a great game.
All right. Now
not just a good aliens game, not just a good alien game, but a really good game on its own.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's good. All right, your turn, Scott. What game surprised you the most? That turned out to be good, or more exceeded your expectations? Whatever, I can't even talk to that.
I'm probably gonna have to go with a game that and the reason why it exceeds my expectations is one, I didn't think I would like that style of gameplay, and two, I don't like the source material that it's from.
Okay.
The Walking Dead, the Telltale game, the first season. I don't know if you guys played that.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. So, I don't like the series Walking Dead. I don't like it. It's not one of my things. I have the first one on Blu-ray, first season on Blu-ray, and I felt like it had a potential, but then I was just like, no, it's talking with zombies. That's all it is. And you need
to give that series another shot.
No, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
You do. I mean,
well, here's the thing, though. So when I played this, I was going into it going, man, The Walking Dead is terrible. Like, it's absolutely awful. Even I gave season 2 some shots too, by the way, and I couldn't get into it. Like, none of the characters to me are engaging. Like, and that's the thing.
Are you talking about the series or the game?
What?
Are you talking about
the series?
Okay.
The series. Now, the game does a really fantastic job of engaging you into these characters. more so than I thought it was going to do. Like in the first chapter of the game, like you really care about this little girl that you got to protect. Like it adds a whole dimension to it, and it's just like you find yourself, and it's amazing because it's the first time a game has done this to me. But you find yourself like like in a lot of games, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna fuck shit up. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna it's like in Fallout or Skyrim or something like that. You're just going around killing everybody. But in this game, you can kind of do some of that, but you find yourself wanting to take care of a little girl named Clementine, and you just want to take care of her, and you want to do right by her. Like the game, it doesn't force you to do that, but the game pulls you in that direction to want to do that. And it was one of the first games in a long time that when I played it, I had to play it from start to finish in 2 sittings. And it's not super lengthy, but it's a good 10-12 hours, and in episodic form, and just the sheer like you would think that maybe 1 or 2, because there's 5 episodes, I think. You would think that one of the episodes would be like, oh, okay, let's move on to the next story. Now each episode had just something to it. Just each episode was just like, damn, this is engaging. And there's some that is foreshadowed into it. There's some that's not. There's some that kind of surprises you. But there's a scene especially that's foreshadowed, but when it's revealed, it's just like, oh, damn.
Gotcha.
Like, not a whole lot of there is some gruesomeness to it, but there are a few scenes in there that you're just like, what? Like, no. It, like I said, I found so much enjoyment from it. That I had to play some of the other Telltale games, but just like I found like I was really surprised because like I said, I didn't think I liked that kind of game, and I know Max, you don't like that kind of game where you don't really control your gameplay for the most part. It's more like a choose your own path book. But the storytelling, it was just so damn impressive that I would have to rate that as probably the best story I've played in years in a video game.
Can I change my answer?
Yes.
Rocket League.
Okay.
Because
I really good stuff about that.
Because I really did think it was just going to be because my faith in indie games isn't very strong, but I've played some good games in the indie realm, but Rocket League just seemed kind of okay. And then when you start playing it, it's like it's very, very addicting.
It takes you back to the Twisted Metal days.
Yeah, and like me and Jess, cousin Jess, we were having these conversations. Like, did you ever play like Blast Chamber or Fusion Frenzy and stuff like that?
I played Fusion Frenzy. I think.
Frenzy,
yeah. That's what reminded me of it. I'm like, oh, it just people. That's what that game should have. It's like you just sit next to each other and play that game on the same screen.
Yeah.
Get a little co-op.
Yeah, that's what.
It reminds me of like a mini game that was either on Mario Party or Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing was great.
Yes. I think it's the most underrated racing game of all time, in fact. Diddy Kong Racing, to me, a lot of people were like, no, it's like, but here's the thing. This thing had planes and boats and shit.
Hey, I like Sonic, and the Sonic racing games.
I think it's safe to say that I'm not a huge fan of like traditional racing games. I find those extremely boring.
I mean, like NASCAR. You mean like that?
Drive Club and Drive Club is it's free on PlayStation Plus, and I've looked at it and I played it once, and I was like, I'm not very good at this. I'm not really good at driving in real life, so I'm not going to be good at driving this real car.
About like Need for Speed.
No, I don't like that. I didn't like Burnout. I didn't like Need for Speed or anything like that.
I like the Need for Speed stuff.
I played a Hot Pursuit back in the day on PlayStation 1. That was fun. But
there you go.
That's pretty much the extent of my racing game.
Yeah, but you plug Mario Kart in, though. That's a racing game.
Yeah.
That's a racing game. I will blue shell your ass.
It's a party racing game. You know what I mean?
But that's what makes it fun, though. It's like, if I told you, if Max, if I said, hey, right now, Mario Kart was on PS4, and Lance, I said, hey, Mario Kart's on PS4, and you had a PS4, I would be like, hey, guys, you want to play Mario Kart? You would not tell me no.
I would just to spite you.
To spite me, yeah. But you wouldn't tell me no because no matter what, when we play Mario Kart, it would just be a damn good time.
Yeah.
And that's what that game represents to me. So Rocket League is very similar to that. It's a damn good time. Yeah. And you can get really angry at it or really, just be stupid. And you're okay with it.
Because it's fair, in a way.
Yes, what Harvey Dent said in The Dark Knight, it's fair.
No. Okay, well, that is our time for this episode. As always, my name is Max James.
My name is Scott Cooper.
And I want to thank Lance Noble for joining us for this episode.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
And
let's do it again sometime.
Oh, we will. We will. Is there any final words that you guys want to say? One final declarative statement.
I really don't know. I have no contributions whatsoever to a final thought.
No, Jerry.
Me neither. I'll think of a final thought like 2 days from now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll think of a secret message.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything. You surprised me with that.
Right. As always, we are the 2 Ton Nerds, and we are going to go geek out.
Probably.